Iowa isn't alone in proposing a trans athlete bill. Arkansas is one of two states with the new law on the books this year. A reporter covering the issue on the ground joins us now to give us some perspective tonight. Rolly Hoyt from THV 11 in Little Rock is joining us now. Rolly, thank you so much for being here.
Great to be with you, Stephanie.
The Arkansas legislature introduced a bill preventing a transgender girl or woman from joining a school, intramural, or club team that is designated a girls' or women's sport. So why did lawmakers say Arkansas needed that bill, and really how far through the process did it get?
It's gone all the way to the getting into law. It'll go into effect here in a couple of months when now that our legislature has adjourned. The ideas like bills that you're seeing in Iowa, that we've seen in South Dakota and all over America, where seems to be the social issue that a lot of conservatives and Republicans have focused on as a way to get these laws on the books and in some cases drum up a base in places where they might have gotten a little bit apathetic after the most recent presidential elections.
So what was the reaction when this bill came down? I would imagine, like we're seeing here in Iowa, you had some passionate arguments about it.
We did. Arkansas is a very conservative state. President Trump won both his elections here by significant margins, and all of our constitutional offices and the entire legislature are super majorities for Republicans. So the bills didn't have much difficulty getting through the houses of our legislature, but there certainly was a lot of protest going on outside. I think the Republican leaders learned a lot of lessons from what they were seeing down in Georgia when it came to voting restrictions, and they sent bills through one at a time, and it made it difficult to amass a big protest on any one given day. And in the case of the sports bill, by the time that got to our governor's desk, he was supportive of it. He's also a big sports fan. He loves playing basketball. He's got a grandson who's on a really good high school team, and he just sort of defended his signature to it by saying it makes sense to him, and that he doesn't want to see women and girls put at an unfair disadvantage when playing against people who were biologically male at some point.
Now, another transgender bill became law in Arkansas this year. Governor Hutchinson vetoed the bill. The legislature then overturned that veto, so a tumultuous bill there. What was the focus of that specific bill, which is now a law?
As I said, when on the sports bill, it hit as a common thread or common sense for our governor, but the one that dealt with healthcare seemed to be a bridge too far for him. And so he vetoed it. But when he announced the veto, he knew he was probably pretty quickly going to be overridden. And without any problem at all, they got back to the majority that they needed within a couple of days. Governor Hutchinson took some heat from that, particularly in conservative media. He appeared on Fox News a couple of days later and had a couple of an interview with Tucker Carlson that it could end up in some opposition election materials later on. But he claimed that this was something, again, it dealt with very few people. It was getting, in his words, the government involved in a very intimate healthcare decision, and he didn't feel that was the conservative way to go. The legislature, with folks even more to his right, felt otherwise.
Interesting separate outcomes on different bills there, or different support on different bills there. Rolly Hoyt, we really do appreciate your perspective as we are going through something similar in our state right now. Thank you for your time tonight.
My pleasure.